Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the Czech Tier 7 medium tank, the T-34-100. Now if you haven't guessed by the title, as always, this is the video for which I achieved the third mark of excellence for the tank. And yep, both these replays that are in this video are from a wee while ago. The tank has received some buffs since then. I say some buffs, really it got one buff in the TVP line reforge, and that was that its stock gun got a bit better penetration. That was it really, nothing else that would truly affect the tank, to be honest. It needed more ammo, but they never gave it, unfortunately. And yeah, like I said, these replays are from a little while ago. You'll be able to tell when you see some of the UI features, like I said, like the ammo bar not having sort of that little box, and no HP numbers above the tanks. Obviously, we've still got it in that crappy little box in the top left-hand corner, but yeah, no HP. But you get the point. It's from a little while ago. It's one of them ones where I've had it sitting in my replays folder, or should I say in the folder where I keep the replays that are ready to make a video on. It's been sat in there for ages, and there's quite a few in there that I'm going, maybe I should actually make that video. How have I not done this? So here we are with the T-34-100. It's not one you see all that often, or should I say, well yeah, it's not one that you see all that often. It's a pretty decent little medium tank. Its main problem that I had with it pre 6.0 was its gun was poor. It has a pretty nice reload. I mean, 6 and a bit second reload, nearly 7 second reload pre 6.0, but post 6.0, yeah, 6.5 second reload. And the gun generally hits where you're aiming, which is nice. The gun depression leaves a little bit to be desired, and when they did the TVP reforge, I was kind of hoping that this tank would get more ammo and 7 degrees gun depression instead of the 5 it has, and 5 can be very limited for this tank and a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. I was hoping that it got a little bit more than it actually did. But on the whole, it's a pretty decent little medium tank. 250 alpha is nice. The penetration at 175 is nice. You also have the penetration on the premium, which is like 250, which is great on the heat. It just means that generally with the penetration and that, you're going to be able to pen everything you're going to be able to face. And yeah, I think still I think it's a pretty decent medium. I think there's just a fair few tanks at tier 7 that are just better than it. And like I say, the 5 degrees of gun depression can be a frustration for this tank. So in terms of a crew, on the T-34-100, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Trap Mechanic, Situational Awareness, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, and Camouflage Expertise. Camo Expertise because it is a medium tank and it does have decent-ish camo, so just making it a little bit better is what I want to do. The gun handling, like I say, was troll, so I do want to make it better generally because, well, it was frustrating beforehand, and yeah, so you want all the gun perks to make it better. I mean, if you wanted to, because you are a tier 7 medium, you could take off Trap Mechanic if you aren't that bothered about being tracked and you think about your reusable repair kit. You could put other stuff on it like Muffled Shot or Silent Driving or something like that, you know, to make that better. Or Rapid Aim to make the turret traverse better. I don't know, it's up to you really. But yeah, that's what I generally set up for the crew on this tank. And in terms of equipment, I tend to run rammer, optics and vents. But it's, again, you can set it up in many different ways. I run the optics and the vents together to make sure that the 370 meters view range, which is okay for a tier 7 medium, that's a fair few of them have that. I make sure that it is as good as it possibly can be, so I can get some good spotting on certain maps and stuff like that. I can outspot a lot of tanks as well, which is always nice for a medium tank. You could drop the vents and put on the camo net again to make the camo even better, because, like I say, you are a medium tank and you could definitely do that. And yeah, or you could just put the traction system on and have better top speed, that sort of thing, you know. So it's up to how you want to set the tank up. So in this first game, on El Haloof, so far, we've managed to do 2.9k damage with 899 assistance. At this point here, I'm thinking, no, I'm screwed. But thankfully, the CS-44 comes in and saves the day. We got a big shot into that guy, and then the CS-44 came in. This Absolution starts to come over, and it's like, no, Mr. Absolution. No, we're not having that. So you know what? We're just going to keep him pinned and keep him tracked. Because if someone shoots him now, they'll put him down to a one-shot, maybe I can get a shot into him. I decide, you know what? He's going to die in a second, so why not? Let's put a shot into his lower plate. But he hasn't quite died yet, and it's like, well, okay, I'll finish him off. We finish off the Absolution, which is fine, but we've got an ammo situation. Like I say, this tank doesn't have much ammo, and it's very annoying for that. We've got 2 rounds of HE left, and it's like, okay, what am I meant to do with this? Well, I've either got to shoot it at the light tank or at the rear of a tank and hope that I could possibly pen it with the HE. Yeah, I don't know. When it's still 6-5 at the minute, it's not looking likely that I'll be able to do anything. We do go for the shot into the rear of that guy. We actually pen the Churchill GC, the big game carrier in the back for 313, which, delightful. That's exactly what we have to do. If you've got the HE and you've only got HE rounds left, your best bet is to go either for the light tank or to shoot something in the rear and hope it goes in. And for that, fortunately enough, it did. We do have HE, that final round of HE, and I'm like, right, okay, you know what? Plan is, get this ramrod out. Hopefully I should be able to pen it with the HE, just like I did the Churchill GC's back end, and then go towards their cap. So we find this guy, we slam the HE in, 40 damage. Don't kill him for 40 damage, typical. Tiger 1, though, manages to finish him off. They've got 3 tanks left, and we're out of ammo, which is really frustrating. They've got a heavy tank, a tank destroyer, so they've got a Hammer, an SU-100, and their artillery. The Hammer gets spotted at C1, which is near our heavy tank. At this point, I can't do anything more. I've done everything I can. We've missed a few shots in this game. Fair few, in fact, because, well, like I said, the gun is a bit derpy, and if you don't aim all the way, it can miss a lot of shots. And with the way it is on Al-Haloof, we were actually playing peekaboo for the most part. And that meant we didn't quite get the chance to get all of our shots aimed in, and they were just missing generally. But, I mean, still, for the Tier 7 medium, we're at 3.7k damage with 1100 assistance. We've got, what, 4.8k combined, which is a great game for a Tier 7. And when you're chasing the third mark of excellence, that's fantastic. Means we're going to get a good rise. The tank destroyer on their enemy team, or on their team, I should say, has just gone down. They have just the Hammer left, and it's like, oh, goodness gracious, this isn't looking good. You know what? We're going to go up here. I don't have any ammo, but I can provide the information for this CS-44 that's with me. If I go spot this corner and this RT is at A0, the CS-44 can go destroy it, and then we can cap. And I know that the artillery isn't just going to appear out of nowhere from my behind and then just shotgun us, because it happens, right? So we're just digging out this corner to see if he's here. Artie's not here. The Hammer's just destroyed our other tank, and it's like, okay, no, I've got to get in the cap, because we can cap before that Hammer comes after us. I'm trying to get the CS-44 to come join me, and then the Hammer manages to kill himself somehow. I don't know how. We're just going to sit in the cap, because there's no point chasing after this Artie wherever he is. Just let the CS-44 explore. I am going to cut the replay a little bit further on into the cap, so that we don't have to sit here for 1 minute and watch me just spin round in a circle. You spin me right round, baby, right round. You know, just like this for a whole minute. Well, we let the CS-44 go find the Artie. And here we are, with 15 seconds left on the cap. The CS-44 is just about to get to their base, and I look at it and I go, he's about to make it. He shoots the Bishop, and it's like, right, I'm going to let this guy get the kill. There's no point capping if he can get the kill. I'm just going to let him do it. We jump out the cap as quickly as possible, and the CS-44 finishes off the Bishop. I was confident he was going to shut the Bishop down, unless, unluckily for him, he got penned, but he still was pretty healthy at that point. We'll finish the game with 3 kills, 3.7k damage, and 1100 assistance. Finish with the Ace Tanker, the High Caliber, the Confederate, and the 1938 base XP. A really nice game for the T-34-100 on Al-Haloof. Kind of showed off what the tank can do, and the sort of limitations with the gun handling at times, and the gun depression. There was a few times where we were just looking and angling for a shot at someone, and the gun depression was just letting us down, which was so frustrating, but it is what it is. We managed to get through it in the end and get the damage in the combined that we needed. And we're on to the second replay, the second and final replay of the match. And we're on Prokhorovka, which is just, when you're in a medium tank, it's pretty much the map you want. Not really if you've not got the gun depression like I haven't, but you can get so much assistance if your team sets up right. And as you see in here, the team is going towards that K1, K2 position. And it's like, right, okay, you know what? I could sit back in this position that I'd normally sit in, or I could go straight into the bowl and try and light up the enemy team for my team. Because there's no artillery, so that means I can take this bowl and I can keep pulling back and getting safe in the bowl without getting shot at by artillery. Because if there's no arty, the bowl position can be a lot nicer for you, is a lot better for you to be able to keep poking up and trying to spot and get an assistance, because you're not going to instantly get smacked all the time, and, you know, you're not instant target all the time for the enemy artillery. So with no arty, it's like, you know what, we're going to play the spotter. We're at, like, I think at this point, actually, I think this was actually straight after that last game you've just seen, and we're at 92%. This was obviously before the MOE changes as well, where they've just made it harder. And yeah, we were at like 92.5%. And you're going to see what we do and why it goes up by about 3%. And yeah, so we're on proc. We're going for spotting. I've decided, you know what, I am the light tank now. Our light tank's dead, so it's like, I'm the light tank now, I am going to get the spotting, because we have a lot of our team behind me. As you can see with this bowl position, with the 5 degrees of gun depression this tank has, it's just not working and be able to get the shots, or be able to try and get my gun above. But all I have to do is keep poking, because every time I'm poking, I'm spotting these people. As you've seen, we spotted the paladin, and he is starting to get shot at by my team. We're spotting all the guys at the back, the other paladin as well. And it's like, come on, people, keep shooting. I mean, we're at now 3.1k combined. Okay, we're at 3.8k combined. You know, it's the assistance is absolutely flying in. We're not spending too long on this ridge line. We're just poking up, spotting, pulling back. We finally take a big tag, and I'm thinking, what was that? That's finally shot at me and hit me. I've got to be careful, because I'm thinking that could possibly kill me. We do have the shot the side of the T-32 turret. Probably wasn't going to go in if we did even hit it. But again, we're not spending too long on the ridge line. We're just poking up, firing a shot, pulling back. I mean, we're at 5k spotting now. 5.6k combined. We've done absolutely no damage, but we're doing all of the spottings. Something fires from back there, so we think, you know, I'm going to try and pop a blind shot, but nothing happens. I just want to push this up as much as possible. In fact, I think I was at 93. I think there was a game in between this one and the last one you saw. I was trying to think back all that time, and I was thinking that actually I think I was at 93.2, I think. And you'll see what we jump up to at the end after this game. Yeah, we're at 5.6k, and again, I don't want to get slapped by whatever that tank was at the back that took most of our hit points, because I'm thinking, if it hits me again, I am probably dead. But at the minute, nothing's getting lit up. There we go, the 5100 we spot up. It's like, please people, shoot this 5100. There we go, he gets slapped up. There's a challenger. He gets spotted by us because he fires at someone. His health starts to deteriorate as well, which is great. We're still trying to pop shots here and there, but it's not really going to our effect. Again, the gun depression is limiting us so much in this bowl area with 5 degrees. We're just not finding the shots we want. Aiming the shot in there, though, we managed to get the shot in to finish off the challenger. And I'm thinking, when is the moment that I'm going to decide to push? And I believe that I'm thinking now is the time. Because my team's caught up to me on this area. They've caught up to me. I'm not really ahead of them anymore, which is, you know, not good for me. So I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to charge forward and spot whatever these tanks were. And there we go. We spot the charioteer. Fortunately enough, he misses us. But we're starting to get a lot of assist. We get most of his hit points in assistance there on him. And we're just trying to push to a position to get underneath their gun, well, get above them and get shots into the side. But then we spot the T-34-100 at the back of their base. And it's like, hello, sir. What have you been doing all game? We're just now starting to get ourselves some damage on him. He's also given his assistance in general. And unfortunately, we just missed the shot there. But again, we're getting all of the assistance on that guy. And we get to 7.3k assistance in a tier 7 medium tank. And then we get the finishing touch on the charioteer as well. So that's 7.6k combined. 7.6k assistance, sorry. With what? What's that? 8. Oh, we got a bit of blind damage as well. We ended up with 9.6k combined with a patrol duty, the ace tanker, the third mark of excellence, which pushed us up from 93% to 96.73. Yep. 9.6k combined for a tier 7 medium tank is kind of nutty, to be fair. And we finished with 2.3, nearly 2.4k base XP. A really great game for the T-34-100. And it's a tank that's okay, but it was nice to get the third mark of excellence on it. And yeah, it's always mental when you get that sort of damage, and all combined damage anyway, in a tier 7. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.